What's poppin', people? It's Dante, walking on the river today with my Ricoh GR3. Yeah, and I wanted to discuss why I actually believe this is the best camera for street photography. You know, they often say that the best camera is the one on you, you know. However, I believe that the new heuristic, the new idea, is the best camera fits in your pocket, right? It should be able to fit in your pocket so that there's no excuse, so that you can go through life and forget that you even have a camera on you. And when it comes to street photography, we oftentimes get bogged down by cameras dangling on our necks. We often get bogged down by camera choices and decisions to make. Oh, what lens should I use here and what focal length there? You know, when you have a fixed lens camera, it eliminates all of those choices from you. And that's something I believe will improve our street photography going forward, is to have a camera that removes all of these obstacles and barriers and decisions to make. You know, where I can simply throw my Ricoh camera into P mode, automatic mode, shutter priority mode, snap focus at 2 meters, and simply point and shoot. You know, where there are no decisions that I must make. You know, if I'm on my toes and I'm moving through the streets and there's a moment that is fleeting, I want to be able to respond to that moment without thinking. You know, I want to press the shutter more. I want to make more pictures. I think that's the ultimate goal with street photography. It's to produce more photographs, right? You want to have more to look at when you get home. You want to have more photographs made in a day. You don't want to make a couple shots, because if you only make a few, well, guess what? It's gonna take you a hell of a lot more time to improve. But the speed that the Ricoh provides you with the workflow from the ground up, from the way that you operate the camera to the way that you cull through the images with speed using digital cameras and files on an iPad Pro with the Photos app or Lightroom or something that's quick and easy. You know, these new modern tools, I believe, influence and advance your street photography in a positive way. You know, where I remember when I shot film on the Leica M3 in 2013 to 16, I remember photographing a lot using this old clunky hunker junker, which I think is probably like the best. It's, you know, it's a perfect camera, whatever. I enjoyed using it on the streets. But you know what? There came a point where during my journey, you know, learning street photography on the streets of Philadelphia, that I realized it's just too slow. You know, I need something faster. I'm a person that likes to see the result. And unfortunately, shooting film, you know, provides you with this buffer, this barrier of seeing the result and advancing and moving forward. And they often say, you know, your first 10,000 photographs are your worst photographs. It's like, okay, let's get there quicker. Right, let's use a digital camera, let's use something compact, and let's just pump them out. You know, let's get those 10,000 bad shots over with. And so that's what I did. But when I went out onto the streets and I used the Ricoh GR2, I picked up around the end of 2015. I mean, the improvement I saw when I just set it to P mode and I just started to engage more and shoot more, and I didn't have to think too much. I mean, from there it was game over. I started to make pictures that surprised me and that fueled me with this lust for life and photography, because I didn't have to make any more decisions. I didn't have to decide if I wanted to put a 35mm on my Leica or a 50mm on my Leica. I could just go out there, it was glued on, and I forgot that I was a photographer. You know, where I had the camera in my pocket, I could walk around the streets and neighborhoods that were unfamiliar to me, such as Baltimore, and I could pull up to a scene and just say what's up and have a conversation and pull the camera out when I see and deemed it to be fit. You know, where I'm the fly on the wall, I am the bystander. And this is the best camera to get you to that point. You know, where there are no fears of confrontation when using a camera that makes you appear like a tourist. You know, where I'm using this little black box, I'm a tourist, right? It's inconspicuous. You don't draw attention to yourself. You know, these are the characteristics and traits that you want in a camera that you're going to be using on the street. Okay, so when I use this camera, I use it on a wrist strap. And I'll tell you why. I use it on a wrist strap because it becomes an extension of my hand, my body, my eye, you know, where you forget that you have a camera. It really is that extension of your eye. It's that extension of your body. And so when I'm using it specifically on a wrist strap, I do become connected to the camera in a different way than using the camera on a neck strap, you know, dangling around me. You know, I shoot more when it's on my wrist, and I forget that it's there, right? I forget that I have a camera on me, and that's a quality that I don't believe that you can get from any other camera out there, right? Where this camera is so lightweight as well that it feels like a feather. And because of that feeling that you get when using it, it allows you to throw it around in nuanced ways, where I can go to a high vantage point, a low angle. You know, you can maneuver this camera in different ways. You can hold it in different ways as it has a pill-shaped shutter, right? So what I love to do is say what's up to my people. Yo, what's up, man? Good morning, bro. Enjoy the day. And yeah, I always love seeing the same dude riding his bike. We got that same routine going. We always catch the sunrise. But yeah, no, the pill-shaped shutter, right? So this big pill-shaped shutter, this is unique to the Ricoh. And what this allows me to do is make more pictures, you know, where I never miss the shutter. It's so big that it's just there. But it also allows me to hold the camera in my own, you know, autistic ways, right? Where I can hold it with my middle finger on the shutter and my index finger on top, with my middle finger, with my thumb underneath. And I can go from, you know, horizontal to a vertical with speed. And I enjoy this aspect of using the Ricoh on a wrist strap. I use it in a way that allows me to position myself and my camera in a different way each time I go out there and make pictures, you know, where I can throw it around in unique ways. I can claw the camera. You know, if someone's to the left of me, I can use my index finger and claw the camera like this. You know, I can get in there and make this nuanced picture and move on. You know, I can hold the camera up high. You know, I can do different things. I can make this game of photographing strangers and people without them noticing me. And you can do it in a much easier way than using a much more obvious camera on your neck with a lens and whatever. You know, where the camera at the end of the day doesn't matter. And that's why the Ricoh is the best, is because it doesn't exist. It's just there. But the camera, it's not just this tool, right? We think of the camera like, I want to get the sharpest photo. 1.4, 2.8. You know, can you get the shallow depth of field? Like, what's the focal length? Is that true to, like, people ask me, like, is this a real 28? I thought it was more like a 27.2. It's like, dude, just shoot. Like, I think a lot of people are just camera nerds these days, and it's just like, oh my God. It kind of drives me crazy. But that's what's great about the Ricoh, is it eliminates all of this bullshit. And there's no excuses. I'm sick and tired of hearing excuses. Oh, I don't have time to shoot. Oh, this and that. Just get a Ricoh. Just put it in your damn pocket. It's annoying to me. It actually does bother me sometimes, because we let the cameras get in the way. We must stop letting the camera get in your way. But the camera is more than just a tool, right? The camera is a passport for you to jaywalk and lower your social credit score. You know, the camera is this excuse for you to go out there and to see the world. You know, the camera gets you out the door. It's that cup of espresso in the morning, you know, where you pick up the camera and you wield it like a sword. You know, where I strike through the heart of chaos, revealing the soul of the street, and create visual order and harmony through the spontaneity of everyday life. You know, where I'm out here embracing that spirit of play. That I'm out here because I'm lusting for life. You know, I'm out here and I genuinely just want to get out there. But if I have to make a decision on what camera to bring, what lens to bring, well, that's just another barrier that's not going to get me there. But when I recognize how small and compact a Ricoh camera is, right? How I can simply do this. Well, there's no more excuse for the motivations in your legs. And you must move your physical body through the world. And the more that you move your physical body through the world, the more that you will see. And the more that you will see, the more that you will photograph. And for me, curiosity is the ultimate goal within the realm of street photography. And I don't want anything getting in the way of me and my curiosity. I don't need a camera. I just need an extension of my eye. And I could never find this feeling with any other camera out there. So clearly, I love the Ricoh. Should you too get a Ricoh? Should you too try it? Yeah, I think you should. I think you should stop getting bogged down by cameras. Stop thinking too much and just start producing more photographs with speed. Out with the old and with the new. I think with the Ricoh, there's just no excuse. That's what I love about it. It's no excuse. Just snapshot your way through life. Not to mention the compositions through your intuition. Positioning this kind of camera using an LCD screen is superior than the viewfinder. For the viewfinder limits you. The viewfinder constricts you to that perspective from your eye. But when I'm using the Ricoh on a wrist strap, I can walk around and stand on top of benches and hold the camera up extremely high at an angle like this while maintaining compositional awareness using the LCD screen. There's some simple things that the Ricoh can do that most cameras can't. You don't need a viewfinder for street photography. I think that using a viewfinder, that's old school, baby. Get the LCD. It's way better. It's objectively better. It's just way faster. And if I need speed, well, I'm not gonna choose a camera with the viewfinder because that's pretty damn slow, if you ask me. Choo choo, choo choo, choo choo. Ricoh is the new Leica. Choo choo, choo choo. What are they doing over there? That's not even a full train. Ricoh is the new black. Ricoh is the new Leica. Just get it. Just do it.